So this is day 9 after the operation, still swollen, still a little bit swollen, very hot outside, drinking a lot, eating a lot of fruit, light meals, and trying to go for walks with both crutches, but keeping as little weight on my hands as possible. So it's all going really well. So today we're going to do some exercises, sitting on our butt basically. So ideally you're going to want to sit relatively well back on your chair, and you're wanting an angle roughly of 80 degrees between the thigh and your torso, okay? So that means the chest is going to come forward, like so. A good idea would be to take the back of the backrest, bring your elbows behind, and that allows you to draw your chest forward. And as I've said in previous videos, you'll note that the lower abdomen gently moves in as this part comes up and over, yeah? Now ideally as well, we're wanting our heels under our knee, but for some of us, and I include myself here, I still can't do that complete 90-degree angle between my lower leg and my upper leg, so it's fine. And what I'm going to do is maintaining my torso here, and that is going to be a counterweight for the weight of my legs. I'm just simply going to lift up, first of all, my good leg, ignore my dirty feet. It's very difficult washing at the moment. And then I'm going to point it and flex it, spread my toes out, point it, flex it, and then bring it down. Both legs are going to require a certain amount of tender loving care, because it's not as if any of us have done a lot in the last week or so. And then I'm now going to try and do the same thing very, very cautiously with my other leg. So I'm just going to lift it up, and you can see that I don't have the strength, and I certainly can't straighten it as much as this. But what I can do is point and then flex my foot and spread my toes out. Point and flex my foot, spreading my toes. And this is really good also for those of us who've got a little bit of swelling down at the feet, because that starts to get things moving down there. And then you can come down. Now the important thing is when we do this, we don't move back. The chest needs to come forward. So I'm just going to repeat this, but I will do this from the side, like so. So we'll do it one more time. So get your torso not just at 90 degrees, but ever so slightly forward at 80 degrees. And again, if possible, heels under the knee, or thereabouts, depending on what your limitations are regarding the swelling. Okay, so we do the good foot first. You can keep the leg bent if that's all you can manage, and just point the toe and then flex, point the toe and then flex. And then you can come down and do the compromised leg. So keeping the chest moving forward, I'll keep my leg relatively bent and then press my toes forward into a point, and then flex my foot back, spreading my toes, and then come forward. And at all times you can see that I'm quite strong in my torso. It's a kind of counterweight to counteract, obviously, the very, very heavy weight of the legs. Okay, now you don't have to have a robust chair to do this. For the next one, which has got nothing to do with the legs, but just simply to relieve some of the tensions that walking on crutches and basically being out of activity will have given you in the torso area. If you do have a robust chair, I can suggest this exercise, which is really very, very nice. And it's simply leaning back and resting your scapula, that's your shoulder blades, onto the back like so. And again, the same thing. The lower abdomen comes in towards the body. The part just below the sternum is starting to spread over the chest and towards the chin. We interlace our fingers, bring them over our head. And then on the next exhalation, I can start to arch over the backrest. So you can see I'm creating this beautiful stretch and just getting rid of some of the aches and pains that I've created in the last week or so. And the hands have the job of supporting the weight of the head. We don't want the neck to carry that weight. And if you feel like it, you can start to bring the weight of your head firmly into your hands, and if you feel like it even more, you can get more of a stretch by bringing your elbows back. And I would remind you at this point to gently squeeze your thighs towards one another. So just very gently to activate the hips, nothing more. And then when you come up, your head is carried by the hands. And then from there you can just sit up.